Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Montreal Canadiens franchise series. We're on episode 3 now. It's been going pretty quick, but we're right ahead of the trade deadline. We have a game against the Vancouver Canucks on February 25th. We are currently sitting second in our division and basically tied for, we'd be fourth because there are 3 teams that are tied at 84 points. In the Eastern Conference, but we have a very, very good team. We're among the top 5 teams in the NHL. And you guys can see that Jonathan Drouin is producing already 24 points. One thing that I wanted to point out was that Gallagher already has 30 goals, and we still have about 18 more games to go. So he is killing it. He should be our goal scorer leader. Yeah, he is. So that's amazing, guys. But yeah, this episode we're hopefully going to be making some trades here. We saw the other day that, well, not the other day, but in the last episode that Matthew Barzal was on the block. If you guys saw that, let's just go again and check at the New York Islanders trade block so you guys can see Matthew Barzal on the trade block, which is crazy. I said I would be willing to try and trade for him, but it would be tough. We'd have to be trading Domi for sure. I wouldn't trade Kotkaniemi for him, to be honest, though, because Kotkaniemi, I want him to be your center of the future. So maybe Domi, and then it would have to be someone like Suzuki or Yelenen. Let's see if we do Domi, Yelenen, and a first. Let's see if all those would go through. I don't know if I'd be willing to do this. It's pretty close. I don't know. They want Domi. They don't want Domi, sorry, but they want Ilinen, and they want the first. Barzal is medium elite. Let's see how he's producing. 45 points in 60 games. He's more of a passer, though. Let's see how good Domi's been. Domi's way better than that, actually. 52 points in 64 games, more goals, and more assists as well. So, I mean, I would be willing to maybe make this trade if Barzal was more productive, but obviously if his production was better, he would arguably not be on the trade block, So that's probably why he's on the trade block, because he's not producing as much as he should. He does have an 8.225 extension salary for 4 years. So, I mean, we're basically trading Domi. I'm not going to say Barzal's the same player as Domi because I think Barzal is going to be better, but we're counting on Kotkaniemi to be that Barzal in the next couple years and be as good as Barzal. So I'm going to have to say no to that, guys. You know what? I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to have to exit this trade screen here. But the player that I'm going to be looking to trade for is going to be Alec Martinez, like I was saying in the last episode. Let me actually just do my due diligence here and see if there's anybody that is going to be on the block going like this. So nothing. I'm just going to go really quickly, guys. So I apologize if you guys don't get to see it in detail here, but I just want to make it pretty quick here. So Andrew Shaw's on the block, but I think he still has a few more years. Yeah, 3 more years, so that's quite a bit of money. Justin Williams, Brian Boyle, no thank you. Columbus, Gabriel Carlson, Dubinsky, no thanks. No, I'm going to have to pass on these guys. Let's see. Pass. So Martinez, like I was saying, he's on the block. He has 2 more years to go, so he would be a player that I'll be looking to get to round out our top 4 very, very nicely for the next couple years. But let's just keep it going here. Spurgeon, he only has 1 year, and he's the same overall, and I think he's worth even more. So I'd rather get, my man there, Alec Martinez. But wow, taking a look here, Roman Josi is on the block. That's crazy, guys. Does he have an extension? He doesn't. So he may be a free agent next year. The reason why he might be on the block is because maybe he's going to be going to free agency or something. Another player here, Ryan Ellis, that we'd be might be able to look at. But he is signed for another 8 years, and he makes 6.250, so that's quite a bit of money for an 85. Matthias Ekholm, though, he's worth less. Same age, left-hander, and he has another 3 years at 3.75. Actually, this guy would be my main priority, in my opinion. Mikael Granlund is also on the block, so it looks like they are selling all their players over here in Nashville. He makes 5.2750 for 1 more year. I think he might be a free agent as well, so I may just hold off on him and go for the cheaper option in Craig Smith, as you guys saw there. But he's actually not producing that well, in my opinion. Only 36 points in 61 games. So a player that I may be looking to get instead would be Craig Smith to play on our top 2 lines. Only 25 goals, but maybe a change of scenery would help him out here. Kelly Yancroc, no thanks. But yeah, maybe Ekholm and Smith in a package deal or something. Let's see. Their trade value must be worth a decent amount, so we would have to trade for sure. For sure, we'd have to include Kulak here. So let's see. Do they want Kulak? They don't. Okay, so if we trade Fleury or Brook, we can maybe do something like Fleury, Kulak, and then let's see any skaters that are matching the block for them. Josh Brook is a little bit more. No. Let me see here. I would have to include a forward as well. Actually, I just realized that. So definitely not none of those guys. Maybe Armia. If I was to do Armia and then maybe like a second round pick or something, let's see if that would be worth it. And if they would say yes to that deal. I'm really interested in getting Ekholm though, guys, for sure. He is going to be he'll be a definitely nice addition for us. 3 years, like I said, we have him for this year and then another 2, and he's only 29, so he still has a couple more years to stay good at. And then Craig Smith would just be a rental, but let's see if this would go through. Let's just propose it. Trey rejected. They're fine with coughing up what we're after, but it seems like we're not offering enough here, so I'm gonna have to come back with something better, guys. But let's just keep going with what we were doing here, looking at the players that are gonna be on the block. So Taylor Hall's on the block as well. That's crazy. Hasn't signed an extension either, so he's gonna be available. Sami Vatanen, Palmieri. So we're gonna have, hopefully, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good year for free agents here, guys. So let's see, Blake Coleman, Wade Simmons. So no, none of those guys are worth going after. Barzal, like I said, Lee. Nothing from the New York Rangers, I should say, not New Jersey. Anthony Duclair, though, 17 goals, 27 points in 51 games. He might be a player that I look to go for. 24 years old, medium top 6. Maybe not, though, actually. JG Peugeot, no, none of these guys are worth going after. This German roots off guy, 69, though, Ratcliffe or whatever, 71. None of these guys are too good or too interesting either, so I think that's going to be it. Liljegren Sandin, that's crazy. Liljegren is actually pretty insane as far as trade value. Sandin, though, could be a lot better, I think. If it was more realistic. Tanev, 4.450. Josh Levo, Devontae Smith-Pelly, okay. Cody Eakin, no. Alexiev, okay. And then Winnipeg, Brassard, no. Okay, so I think the best bet that we can do is maybe do this package deal, like I was saying, including Ekholm and Smith. Let me see if I can maybe do something, offer something better. They would say yes to this, possibly not. Okay, let me try Hutton then. I feel like this might be a little bit of an overpay here. Lindgren, Fonstad, 2 seconds, and Hutton. Let's see if they would say yes to this. Trade rejected. Okay, so I think we're going to have to move on to, what's his name? To Alec Martinez instead of Ekholm. Ekholm would have been a perfect player because he's good on the PP, he's good on the PK, defensive awareness 89 right now, as we can see, 87 for offensive awareness. Obviously, we haven't scouted him all the way, but we know for sure he's an 85 overall, so he'd be better than Martinez already, but I think Martinez would be a cheaper option. So let's see. Even though Martinez is worth a decent amount too, but let's see here. If we include Hutton, how much closer is it? Okay, not that much closer. Let's see. Do they want Lindgren? They don't. Okay, skaters matching the block. Let's see. Who do they want? Okay, so they do want Hutton. Let me see who else they would want. Everybody wants this Fairbrother guy, so might include him as well. And then maybe a second or a third. Let me do a third. So Hutton, Fairbrother, and a third for Martinez. Let's see if this would go through. Trade rejected. Okay. So a third and a fourth. Let's see if they would say yes to this. Let's hope so. Trade rejected. Okay. So if we do 2/3 then, 1/3 for this year. Holy crap, we have a lot of fourths. And then another third, our third for next year. So Hutton, Fairbrother, and 2/3 for Martinez. Let's see if this would go through. Trade rejected. You've met our needs well enough, but the value you have on the table is too far off. So I honestly think it's pretty close. I don't know what these guys are talking about. If I do Chicago's second, let's see Chicago's record first. Yeah, Chicago's actually pretty decent, so I might just include Chicago's second. Let's see if they would accept that. I really don't want to pay a second and Hutton, but I might have to do that. I know Martinez is worth a decent amount, so this might have to be done here, guys. Let's see. Okay, Chicago's second. And Ben Hutton for Martinez. Let's see if this would go through. It didn't still. Okay, so if I add a fourth, a second and a fourth for Hutton, and Hutton for Martinez, that still hasn't gone through. So if I replace Hutton with Kulak, would this go through? Maybe a player that has more cap. Let's see. Trade rejected. Wow, this is really, really concerning because I legit wanted to make some trades here, but this is not working. So Folan instead, if I was to include Folan as well, and Kulak. Okay, so this is pretty new as far as trades in this game, so I don't want to go too crazy yet. So you know what, guys? Let me try and think of something better to offer either LA or Nashville, and I'll bring you guys back. So just give me a second here. Alright, guys, here just trying to make the trade for Smith alone. So Lindgren and a fourth for Smith. Let's see if this would go through. It didn't. Okay, so let's just go to the third then. Lindgren and a third for Smith. Are you kidding me, guys? This is so annoying. Alright, guys, here trying to make a trade. Lindgren, Fonstad, and a third. I feel like I'm overpaying a little bit much for Smith, but let's see if this would go through. Trade accepted. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Nashville Predators. We consider it a done deal. So, finally we made a trade. This was hard enough to make one, in my opinion. We were moving around things and trying to propose different, different or not salaries, but different offers to the Nashville Predators, but they didn't want to accept it. I'm just trying to see if I should come up with something better. Now, you know what? I'm going to go Smith, Gallagher, Kotkaniemi, see how this goes. Dano, Byron, Lehkonen, and then I'm moving down Armia, Paling, and Hudon. The defense, we might not be able to bring any help, unfortunately, and we've traded Lindgren, like I said. This might be actually our only move, I should say, this season, because it's pretty tough to make trades here in NHL 20. I guess it's a little bit more realistic, which is a good thing. But yeah, it's definitely a lot harder to make trades. So I'm just gonna see if there's anybody that I could sign for a backup. Maybe not, actually, because we already have a backup. But I was thinking if someone gets injured, but there are players there right now that we could always sign later on. So you know what? Let's just maybe simulate like 1 or 2 days and see if anybody comes up with offers. I really doubt they will, but let's see if there's any offers coming up. So a fourth, and so Anaheim's fourth for Detroit's fourth and fifth. You know what? We have a bunch of fourths. Let's see if Fairbrother's gaining a lot of interest here in the league, but he was a third round pick, so I'm just gonna keep him. Actually, I just realized that he was a pretty high pick. Third round is decent, so let's see if he turns out to be something. San Jose traded Jeremy Rudd to Minnesota in the third for Mikko Koivu, Victor Rask, and JT Brown. Wow, so San Jose is getting better for sure. Eric Haula went to Anaheim from Carolina. That's very, very good. Nothing as far as trades for us. I think we might just have to go ahead and not make any more trades because it's looking pretty tough right now. Let me just go back to Nashville one last time and LA and see if they're willing to make the trades a couple days later. Let's see if they thought about it or something. But yeah, they do want to give up Ekholm, which is crazy in my opinion. But if we don't get him, we might have a chance of getting what's his face. That's pretty good. I'm drawing a blank here, guys. Roman Josi. Sorry about that. We can always trade Petrie as well, but I'm thinking if we were to trade Petrie, it would be in the off season. Same with Weber as well. So those guys would be trading them in the off season, not right now. So let's see. Fleury, Hutton, and then is there anybody else that they want? Sure, Fairbrother, and a first or something. So let's add all these guys. A Fleury, Hutton, Fairbrother, and a first for Ekholm. Let's see if this would go through. Trade rejected. Okay, so I'm not going to make any more trades, guys. I offered my best offer for those guys, but it's not worth it in my opinion. So let's see. Yeah, we can go and check the pending free agents. So we can get excited to see who is pending free agency here. So I don't know if Mitch Marner has played this year. Oh, no, he has. Okay, so Marner and Point looks like they've both played, but they probably only signed a 1-year deal. A couple other players that are going to be available is Roman Josi here. Charlie McAvoy won't. Granlund would be a free agent. Taylor Hall will be a free agent as well. Pietrangelo, Backstrom, Braden Shen, the Stanley Cup winner. Evgeny Dadonov. Who else? Muzzin, but I don't think I would be willing to sign Muzzin. But if it's free, I probably will be down to sign them. Chara for sure. TJ Brody as well. If we want a cheaper option. Spurgeon. All these guys. So let's see how Galchenyuk is doing. Only 49 points in 61 games is actually not bad at all. But yeah, there's going to be some options hopefully in the free agents this offseason, guys. So let's just take it to the end of the season because it doesn't look like we're going to get any trade offers anymore. So let's just simulate one last day. If we don't get any offers, then that's it. Vatanen was traded to Chicago with Ben Street for Nicolas Baudin, Gilbert, and a fifth. Okay, I really like the fact that it just tells you, what's it called? Some of the trades around the league. So that's a really, really nice, That's a really, really nice feature there that they've introduced in NHL 20. So Kaden Primo has been injured, so I'm just gonna say head coach replace player. Two big injuries there in the AHL, and another big injury loss here for our NHL team. So Weber has been injured. Sorry, I was trying to see who I can replace him with. So I'm gonna put Folan here with Riley in the bottom pair, and I also want to check Craig Smith's stats before I even start anything. So, oh, it even says with Montreal, so that's really, really nice. That's a nice touch as well, that it tells you when you've traded a player, it tells you how good he's doing with his new team. So 1 assist in 3 games, that's very, very good. Let's keep it going here. Hopefully Weber comes back fairly soon. So multiple players on Laval are eligible to come back. So I know that that's going to be Caulfield here. So Caulfield is ready to come back. And then is there anybody else who's ready? Let's see. All skaters. No, probably not. I'll just keep it like that. And then I think it should be, yeah, Kaden Primo should be back now. The 67 overall rookie goalie. So hopefully those guys don't get re-injured. Weber is back. So I think I'm just going to continue for a couple games, just because I know he had a concussion, and I think that can turn out to be something bad. So Suzuki has been injured with an MCL sprain. His estimated return is in a month. So with Audette, so let's see who is in. Okay, so Weber is back now. Weber is back, but Mete got injured, so that's so annoying. Oh crap. That's not what I meant to do. Let me just make the line changes, guys, and I'll bring you guys back. Give me a second here. Alright, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. I've decided to put Ben Hutton and Shea Weber on the first pairing. Yeah, Victor Mete has been injured with back spasms, so let's just continue here. I guess I already made the changes, so let's just exit out of here. So Weber is back, but we lose Mete, 42, 23, and 5. Come on, guys. Let's get to winning here. Mete is available, but I'm just going to leave him on the sideline for a little bit until we lose. We've won 2 games straight. So, okay, we lost, so I'm going to stop it there. So, okay, we've lost 2 in a row there. Let me just go back and add Victor Mete to the lineup here. So, let's see here. I want to take a quick look at Craig Smith's points with the Habs since he joined. So only 2 assists since he's been back. If I move him here, I wonder if that would help him out at all. Let's see. Or let me actually, since Tatar's not doing very well, let me just do this. Bring Tatar down to the second, and then put Kotkaniemi, Smith, and Tatar. Kotkaniemi is actually up to an 83. I don't know if I knew that. 43 points, pretty good for the youngster. And what I was thinking was, yeah, I need to bring back Mete, actually. That's what I was trying to do here. So we've seen some growth out of our 2 rookie, or not rookie, because Kotkaniemi is no longer a rookie, but we've seen growth out of our 2 young centermen here. So let's see if anybody can be playing in the power play here. So Lehkonen, Dano, Tatar. I might give some power play time to Ryan Poehling, because why not? And then I'll see how he does. If not, I'm going to put Craig Smith on the power play. But let's just keep simulating, I should say. Craig Smith hasn't been doing as good as I wanted him to do, and why I brought him here. I was expecting him to do much better, but Let's just simulate a couple more weeks here, and hopefully we can get to 50 wins soon. Come on, boys. Another 4 losses in a row. Not the way we wanted to end the season, but we bounced back against Florida and Buffalo. So 2 games won, 3 games won. Okay, boys, come on, keep it going. A shootout loss, unfortunately. And we're ahead of the Nashville game, so we won't be able to get to 50 wins, because if we get 2 more, we'll get to 49. But that's still a decent season, in my opinion. We should be in the playoffs. We have 100 points. Yes, we're second in our division. Let's see the stats really quickly before we do these last 2 games of the season. So first line's doing good. 38 goals for Gallagher. Wow. Last time we checked, he was at 30, so now he's at 38. Kotkaniemi, he's going to be a 50-point getter. Danault's doing good. Tatar, Petrie, Lehkonen is doing good. Craig Smith. Let's see how good Craig Smith's been since moving him. Since getting him, I should say. So since I moved him to the right side, he has 1 goal and 4 assists, because before he only had 1 assist in 10 games. So now he's had 1 goal, 4 assists in I think 5 or 6 games. So he's doing definitely a lot better. And then that's the rest of our players. Let's just see the AHL really quickly, guys. Let's see who's producing in the AHL. So Nick Cousins still is producing. Tyler Lear is producing as well. Cole Caulfield, 22 goals for the rookie, 73 already. Let's see Nick Suzuki. He is currently injured, but he has 33 points in 61 games. He is a 74. So Caulfield is already catching up to him, which is incredible, guys. But let's just keep it going here. And just finish up the last two games of the season. So we're in at the Bridgestone Arena, I should say. Second last game of the season. Let's just simulate, do an in-game simulation, see how our team does. So first period, 1-0 for Nashville. Philip Forsberg scores on Price. Second period, 3-2. So Domi scores twice, but Granlund and Yossi score for them. Can we come back here in the third? We don't. So Matthias Ekholm, the player that we're actually trying to acquire, scores the 4th goal for them. So Philippe Danault has been injured with a broken nose. Let's just replace the player, guys. He might miss a couple games in the playoffs, unfortunately. We haven't had the best end of the season, in my opinion. Let me just take a look at the last 10 in a little bit once I make this line change here. Let me just bring Suzuki up to speed here to the second line. I think he was playing second line. Yeah, I think he was. So yeah, second line minutes for Suzuki. The last 10 we have been 4, 5, and 1. So not the way we wanted to end the season. But that's all right, guys. We have a chance to finish the season with a win here against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Can we do this, guys? Come on. First period, 2-0. Aberg and Marner score for them. We have Kincaid in net, though. Second period, 2-1. Domi scores 3 goals in 2 games in the last 2 games, so that's good to see. Can we come back here in the third? We don't, so only 1 goal against. Not what I wanted to see, guys. 3-1 loss, another loss for the Habs. And we're going to be taking on the Lightning. Wow, and we won't even have home ice advantage, guys. That's pretty crappy. Let's see if any morale needs to be done. So nothing. Everybody's trending down. How can I even do anything for like morale, to improve the morale? I think I just have to win. I think that's what we need to do. So I mean, there's not much I can do. There's no actions, nothing like that. So it just tells you if they're trending down or up. And unfortunately, a lot of our players are trending down, guys. But that's all right. It's going to be the end of the season fairly soon here. Well, I mean, it is the end of the season right now, I should say. So I think I'm just going to show you the stats before I let you go. And maybe the draft picks or something. The draft class coming up this year. And that might be it. So Jonathan Drouin scored 71 points, 29 goals, almost a 30-goal season for Drouin. Domi stepped it up there, 69 points. Gallagher 66, his best season as of yet. Kotkaniemi 49, Danault 48, Tatar 43, Petrie 40, Lehkonen 38. Let's see how many points Smith had 6 points in 18 games, not what we wanted to see out of him. But there's still the playoffs coming up, so he has a chance to redeem himself. That's the rest of our players. Pekka only played 9 games. Folin only 17. Weber only played 70, so he got injured quite a bit there in the second part of the season. Price had 35 wins, 22 losses, 6 OT losses, 2.63 goals against, and a 916 save percentage. Here, Kincaid's stats, pretty decent as well for a backup. So let me just go and check the entire league, guys, for the point leaders here. So Evgeny Kuznetsov, 107 points. He's going to win the point scoring lead here. McDavid, 106. So that's very good. Malkin, 102. Crosby, 102. And Ovechkin, 101. And McKinnon. So there's been a handful of players who have reached the 100-point mark in NHL 20. So this is definitely different than NHL 19, because in NHL 19 it was very, very rare that a player would get over a point per game. So that's nice to see. Draisaitl, you guys can see the rest of the players. Carlson had an insane season, 87 points for a D-man. Mitch Marner, Backstrom, Tavares, Landeskog, all these guys, the usual suspects, guys. Sebastian Aho killing it in Carolina there. Hopefully we can get Kotkaniemi to be as good as him in the future, maybe as good as Barkov as well. So I think it's a decent season for Jonathan Drouin, a decent season for the Montreal Canadiens. I would say it's a successful season for us. We've made it to the playoffs, but we have a tough task ahead. We're going to be facing the Tampa Bay Lightning, like I said. So we are looking to beat them. The last year's, I should say, President's Trophy, I should say, team winner, and we're going to be facing against them. Let's see if we can actually view the lines for them. Last time I couldn't, but yeah, we should be able to now. So Tampa Bay, Yanni Gourde, Stamkos, Kucherov, Killorn, Point, Palat, Maroon, Johnson, Cirelli, I should say, Witkowski, Matthew Joseph, and Paquette. This is an insane forward group, in my opinion. Hedman, McDonough, Shattenkirk, Sergachev, Gardiner, and Coburn. So they got Jay Gardiner. That's crazy. And Vasilevsky in net. And Mike Condon as the backup. So Coburn is currently injured, but they will probably replace him, or he's probably already ready to go for the start of the playoffs. So, guys, I'm going to leave it here. You let me know your suggestions. You let me know if you think I should move Craig Smith down. He hasn't been producing as much as I wanted him to, but as we always hear from everyone in the hockey world, the Stanley Cup playoffs are a new season. You can redeem yourself, and you can make your season. You can basically turn your season around when the Stanley Cup playoffs starts. So you let me know if you think that I should make any line changes, or what do you think I should do, and let me know if you guys think that I have a chance against the Tampa Bay Lightning. If you guys have enjoyed the episode, please leave it a like, subscribe if you guys want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.